You're at your desk, papers piled high, your phone's glowing with unread notifications. 3 texts from her, 2 emails from work, a reminder you forgot to set. Your mind's a storm, racing, pulling you in 10 directions. You want to reply, to fix it all, but something's heavy. It's loud out there, louder in here. You're not alone. Most men feel this. 99% keep running, reacting, overthinking, chasing shadows they can't catch. But there's something else, something quiet, most miss. Women notice it, not because it shouts, but because it's still. It's not a trick, not a game. It's a way to step out of the noise, to see her, to see yourself. Want to know what it is? Stay with me. Let's find a moment to breathe. If you've ever felt trapped in that storm, leave a sign below. Not for me, not for fame, but so this video finds someone else, someone who needs a pause, just like you. You're on a date, first one in weeks. She's across the table, talking about her day, her voice soft but steady. Your hand twitches, you want to reach out, to touch her arm, to feel close, but something stops you. Your mind's already racing. Is this the right moment? Will it seem too much? 99% of men would act, react, let the urge take over. But you're different. You pose. Not because you're unsure, but because you're present. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." That power, it's in the pause. It's not just waiting. It's feeling the moment, sensing her energy, her eyes, her breath, the way her words slow when she's nervous. You notice it all because you're not rushing. And when you finally touch her, gently, on her wrist, it's not just a touch, it's a signal. I see you. Women feel that. Not the hand, but the intention. It's rare. It's quiet. It's what 99% miss. Think about it. When was the last time you stopped and let the moment breathe? You're walking home. The night's cool. Her shoulder brushes yours. Your instinct screams. Do something. Say something. Fill the silence. But what if you didn't? What if you let the moment hold itself? Stoicism isn't about control. It's about choosing what matters. A touch without thought is noise. A touch with presence is music. Next time, don't rush. Feel her first, not with your hands, but with your attention. Place your fingers lightly, maybe on her forearm, when she laughs, when she pauses. Let it say, "I'm here, I'm not running." She'll feel it, not because it's bold, but because it's true. Have you ever noticed how a single moment, held gently, can linger longer than words? You're not trying to win her, you're trying to SEE her. That's the first step, the pause before touch. It's not about being perfect, it's about being there. What would it feel like to let go of the urge and just be still? You're at a party, music thumping, people laughing too loud. She's across the room, leaning against a wall, sipping something red. Your heart picks up, you want to talk to her, to make her smile. 99% of men would stride over, toss out a line, try to impress. But you're not them. You flirt, but with restraint. Epictetus said, "Freedom is not needing others to approve." You don't need her to laugh. You don't need her to like you. You're enough, and that's why you hold back. You catch her eye, smile, maybe nod, then turn away. Let her wonder, who's that guy? It's not a game. It's a choice. You're not chasing. You're inviting. Later, you're near her. Someone's telling a story. You add a quiet joke. Not loud, not forced. Just enough to make her smirk. You don't push. You don't lean in. You let the moment fade. She's curious now, because you didn't give it all away. Women love that. Not the show, but the mystery. Think about it. When was the last time you left space for someone to come to you? You're not a performer. You're a man who knows his worth. Flirting isn't about winning. It's about sharing a spark, then stepping back. Next time, say less, smile more. Let her fill the silence. Maybe it's a comment, "You look like trouble," with a half grin. Then you walk away. Or a question, What's the worst song on your playlist? Then you listen, not to answer, but to hear. She'll feel it, not because you're loud, but because you're calm. Stoicism teaches strength is in what you don't do. Don't flood her with compliments. Don't beg for her attention. Be the man who's steady, who's enough, who doesn't need to prove it. Have you ever felt the power of saying less and meaning more? You're not here to chase, you're here to be. That's the second step, flirting with restraint. What if you didn't need her to choose you, to feel whole? You're sitting close, maybe on her couch. The TV's on, but neither of you is watching. Her hair falls across her shoulder, soft, catching the light. Your fingers itch, you want to touch it, to feel its weight. 99% of men would reach out without thinking, without waiting. But you know better. You wait, because timing is everything. Seneca said, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Touching your hair, it's not just a gesture, it's a moment. You don't do it to impress, you do it to connect. You've built trust, you've listened, you've been present. Now, when she's relaxed, when she's open, you move. Your fingers brush her hair, slowly, gently, like you're tracing something sacred. It's not about the hair, it's about the care. Her scalp tingles, her breath catches, she feels seen. Women crave that, not the act, but the intention. Think about it. When was the last time you waited until the moment felt right? You're not rushing, you're not grabbing, you're honoring. Stoicism is about precision, knowing when to act and when to hold back. Next time, watch her. Feel the air between you. Is she leaning in? Is her voice soft? Is her guard down? Then, and only then, lift a strand of her hair. Tuck it behind her ear. Let your fingers linger, just a second, then pull back. It's not a move, it's a message. I'm here, I'm patient. She'll feel it, not because it's flashy, but because it's rare. Have you ever noticed how a small gesture, timed perfectly, can say more than a speech? You're not trying to take, you're trying to give. That's the third step, the weight of her hair. What if you trusted that the right moment is worth the wait? You're walking together, a crowded street, people brushing past. She's beside you, her steps quick, her eyes scanning the chaos. Your hand hovers, you want to guide her, to steady her. 99% of men would grab or do nothing, lost in their heads. But you cruise. You place a hand on her back, lightly, just above her waist. Not to control, not to claim, but to ground. Marcus Aurelius said, be like a rock, waves crash, but you stand. Your hand is that rock, quiet, steady, saying, I'm here. She feels it, not as pressure, but as safety. Her shoulders relax, her pace slows, she knows you're with her. Women notice that, not the gesture, but the presence. Think about it. When was the last time you showed strength without saying a word? You're not her shield, you're her anchor. Stoicism teaches stability isn't loud, it's constant. Next time, in a crowd or a tense moment, rest your hand on her back. Don't grip, don't push, just let it rest, like a promise. It's not about owning her, it's about sharing the moment. She'll feel it, not because it's grand, but because it's true. Have you ever felt the power of being steady when the world's a storm? You're not trying to fix her, you're trying to be there. That's the fourth step, a hand on her back. What if your presence was enough to calm the chaos? You're at a bar, she's upset. Someone said something sharp. Her voice is tight, her eyes are darting. She's holding it together. Your instinct screams, fix it, say something, step in. 99% of men would react, jump in, make it worse. But you stay. You don't solve, you don't shout, you just stand steady. Epictetus said, it's not what happens, but how you react that matters. Your reaction is to be there, calm, unshaken. You move closer, maybe touch her shoulder, say, you okay? Not to fight her battles, but to show she's not alone. She feels it not as control, but as strength. Women crave that. Not the hero, but the anchor. Think about it. When was the last time you stood firm without needing to act? You're not her savior, you're her constant. Stoicism is about control, not of her, but of you. Next time, when she's tense, don't rush to fix. Just be there, steady, a quiet wall against the noise. Maybe it's a look, maybe a word, maybe just your presence. It's not about winning, it's about being. She'll feel it, not because you're loud, but because you're solid. Have you ever noticed how silence can be stronger than words? You're not trying to prove, you're trying to stay. That's the 5th step, standing steady. What if your calm was her strength? You're lying in bed, morning light slipping through the blinds. Your mind drifts to a dream, her face, her laugh, a quiet moment. You turn to her, she's still asleep, her hair a mess. You want to tell her about the dream, about her in it. 99% of men would keep it inside or oversell it, make it a thing. But you share, softly. Seneca said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Your dream isn't a story, it's a truth. She's in your mind. You wait till she's awake, sipping coffee, looking at you. Then you say, "I dreamed about you last night. We were just talking. Simply. Real. No flourish." Her eyes light up, not because it's grand, but because it's you. Women feel that, not the words, but the vulnerability. Think about it. When was the last time you let someone in just a little? You're not performing, you're revealing. Stoicism isn't about hiding. It's about choosing when to open. Next time, share a small truth, a thought, a dream. Not to impress, but to connect. Maybe it's, "You were in my head yesterday," with a half smile. Or, "I thought of you when I saw this," and let it hang. It's not a move, it's a gift. You matter to me. She'll feel it. Not because it's loud, but because it's rare. Have you ever felt the weight of a small truth, shared quietly? You're not trying to win. You're trying to be real. That's the 6th step. Speaking of dreams. What if your honesty was enough to bridge the gap? You're in the mirror, razor in hand, stubble on your chin. You've been meaning to shave, to clean up, to look right. But something stops you. A thought. What if I let it grow? 99% of men would shave, or not care, let it go wild. But you choose discipline. A bird well kept isn't just hair, it's a signal. Marcus Aurelius said, "What need is there to weep over parts of life? The whole of it calls for tears." Your appearance, it's not vanity, it's care. You trim it, shape it, make it yours. Not for her, for you. It says, "I'm steady, I'm deliberate, I'm enough, am." Women notice that, not the beard, but the intention. Think about it. When was the last time you shaped something? Just for you. You're not a model, you're a man, grounded, present. Stoicism is about virtue, in the small things, like how you show up. Next time, take a moment, look at yourself, choose how you present. Maybe it's a beard, maybe it's a haircut, maybe it's standing taller. It's not about looking good, it's about feeling whole. She'll feel it, not because you're perfect, but because you're you. Have you ever noticed how small choices reflect who you are? You're not trying to impress, you're trying to be. That's the 7th step, the bird as discipline. What if your care was a mirror of your strength? You're at dinner, her friends are there, everyone's talking fast. She says something, a small story. It's not that funny. Your instinct is to nod, to move on, to stay serious. 99% of men would let it pass, or fake a laugh, to be polite. But you find the humor. You chuckle, not loud, just enough, and add, "That's so you." Her face lights up. The table feels lighter. The air shifts. Epictetus said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." Laughter It's not about being funny, it's about freedom. You share a moment, a private world, where stress fades. Women love that, not the joke, but the joy. Think about it. When was the last time you let go and just laughed? You're not a clown. You're a man who sees the light. Stoicism isn't about being grim. It's about embracing the moment. Next time, find the spark, the silly, the human. Maybe it's her bad dance move or a dumb pun you both hear. Laugh, not to perform, but to connect. It's not about being loud. It's about being alive. She'll feel it, not because you're clever, but because you're there. Have you ever felt how laughter can cut through the noise? You're not trying to entertain. You're trying to share. That's the 8th step, laughter as release. What if a smile was enough to change the room? You're on the phone, she's talking. Her voice is heavy. Something's wrong. Work, family. She's unraveling. Your mind races. What do I say? How do I fix this? 99% of men would interrupt, offer advice, try to solve. But you listen. You don't speak. You don't jump. You just hear. Seneca said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we can listen twice as much." Your silence, it's not empty, it's full. You nod, even if she can't see. You say, "I'm here." Her words slow, her breath steadies. She feels held. Women crave that. Not the answer, but the space. Think about it. When was the last time you listened without fixing? You're not her therapist, you're her mirror. Stoicism is about presence, not solutions, just being. Next time, when she speaks, let her words land. Don't rush, don't advise. Just listen, eyes on hers. Maybe it's a hum, maybe a "that sounds tough." Then silence. It's not about doing, it's about seeing. She'll feel it, not because you solved, but because you stayed. Have you ever noticed how silence can hold more than words? You're not trying to save, you're trying to understand. That's the 9th step, listening without fixing. What if your attention was enough to ease her storm? You're planning the weekend, same routine, dinner, movie, bed. She's fine with it, she always is, but her eyes are elsewhere. Your mind nudges. What if we did something different? 99% of men would stick to the plan. Safe, predictable. But you embrace the spark. You say, "Let's drive somewhere, anywhere, tonight." Her brows lift. A smile creeps. She's in. Marcus Aurelius said, "The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it." Spontaneity, it's not chaos. It's life. You grab the keys, pick a road, let the night unfold. Maybe it's a diner, maybe a starlit hill, maybe nothing special, but it's new, and she feels alive. Women love that, not the plan, but the adventure. Think about it. When was the last time you broke the script and just went? You're not reckless, you're open. Stoicism isn't about control, it's about flowing with the moment. Next time, shake it up. Small, real. Maybe it's a random coffee shop or a walk with no destination. Say, "Let's see where this takes us," and mean it. It's not about the place, it's about the freedom. She'll feel it, not because it's big, but because it's you. Have you ever felt the rush of letting go just a little? You're not trying to impress, you're trying to live. That's the 10th step, the spark of spontaneity. What if one choice could make the day unforgettable? You're used to texting first, always checking in, always there. She expects it, leans on it, takes it for granted. But one day, you stop. Not to punish, not to play, but to breath. Seneca said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." You step back, focus on you, your work, your peace. Days pass, maybe weeks. You're not chasing, you're growing. And something shifts, she notices. The silence is loud. Women feel that, not the absence, but the change. This isn't about games, it's about value. You're not gone, you're whole. Think about it. When was the last time you let space speak for you? Stoicism teaches, Your worth isn't in their reply. It's in you. Here's why she comes back. Not because you left, but because you grew. First, your growth surprises. You're not the same. You're sharper, calmer, more you. She sees it in your walk, your words, your ease. It's not about showing off. It's about being. She wonders, when did he change? That question, it pulls her closer. Second, your silence speaks. Your absence, it's not empty. It's full of you. She misses the warmth, the steadiness, the you she didn't see. It's not about pain, it's about reality. She feels the gap, and it's heavy. Third, your confidence draws. You're not begging, not chasing. You're enough. That strength, it's magnetic, quiet, unshaken. She sees it, and she wants to be near it. Not because you need her, but because you don't. Fourth, your mystery intrigues. You're not predictable, not anymore. She can't guess your next move. And that's powerful. It's not about hiding, it's about evolving. She's curious, and curiosity pulls. Fifth, your worth shines. She sees it now. What she missed, what she lost. Not you, but the light you brought. It's not about regret, it's about clarity. She wants it back, because it was rare. You didn't leave to win, you left to find yourself. And in that space, you became more. Think about it. What happens when you stop chasing and start being? You're not trying to prove, you're trying to live. That's the power of distance. Not a trick, but a truth. What if your absence was the loudest thing you ever said? You don't need to change the world or even her mind. Just be the man who pauses, who sees, who stays steady. That's enough. Live quietly, act simply, love deeply. The rest will follow, or it won't. Either way, you're whole.